Welcome to Local Everywhere. I'm Cynthia Pooler. My guest today is Gary Weitzman, and he is with his art gallery outside Albany called Art Forms. So, Gary, that was a wonderful event that you had put on with May Pang. I thought that was terrific. The place was just flooded with baby boomers. It was really nice.
Well, actually, we had from boomers. Our youngest attendant was 6 months old, and
Oh,
our
wow.
oldest attendant turned out to be in the 80s. So
Wow.
probably the most exciting thing to happen to Guilderland since the Dutch came.
So, how long have you been involved with art?
I would say my career dates back to 1978.
Okay. And what got you interested in art?
As a child, I always wanted to move the furniture in my room around to create feng shui every couple of weeks. And just always had an affinity for it. Family members were interested in art and kind of grew up with it being around me and just became a natural.
So, how long have you been in Guilderland?
Well, we moved from Stuyvesant Plaza. I had a business with another partner, and in 1997, my current business partner and I located at 5 New Carner Road. That was in 1997.
Okay.
So we've been here in Guilderland since.
So, for people who don't know where Guilderland is, it's just west of the city of Albany.
Yeah, I would say we're 2.5 miles from the Northway entrance on Western
Okay.
Avenue,
Okay.
major intersection of 155 and Western Avenue.
So, you had an art gallery in Stuyvesant Plaza?
Yes, for about 12 years.
Okay.
We were located next to Hippos. Hippos still exists there, but that was the general location.
Mhm. So, tell us about somebody who owns an art gallery. Where do you get the leads to do art? And is it challenging? Is it fun? What's it like?
It is challenging. It is fun. Every day is different. Um, we attend trade shows where our initial mission or concept, if you will, was not just to be a framing operation, but to be something unique in the marketplace, offering framing and handmade American crafts at fair pricing. Um, and so that mission has, I think, been successful. We're probably one of the only ones, if not the only one, in the marketplace that does the custom museum quality framing that we do, but also provides um, commercial and residential interior design and assistance, working with interior designers and offering American all handmade crafts.
Now, how many art galleries are there in the tri-state area, would you say?
Maybe a handful.
That's it?
Yeah. We're
Okay.
we're considered, we're not considered a major market in the capital region for
Okay.
some reason, even though we are the capital of New York State. You'd find many, many more art galleries of different types in New York City. But in terms of what we do, this market is not that expansive.
Okay. And like I mentioned at the beginning of our conversation, you had May Pang, which which was John Lennon's girlfriend, and so her work was great with all the different you know photographs that she had done over this period that they were together. Who else have you had uh that people might recognize their name?
I can't say anybody of the stature that May Pang carries. A few years ago, though, there was a program that aired, I believe, on Bravo, national television,
Hmm.
which was about these fellows down in the Hudson Valley who worked on custom motorcycles. And there was a local photographer who was able to capture their work by visiting their factory, their place of where they repaired these bicycles and created them. And we had a major exhibition where this was before we had moved to Star Plaza. And so that garnered a lot of public attention as well. A few regional artists have appeared here in one-person shows.
Hmm. So when you don't have any bookings and you say, I've got to get somebody for my art gallery, what do you do? Do you go to different places? Do you make phone calls? How do you get people to display their art in your gallery?
As I said earlier, we attend trade shows where professional artisans, both in the crafts field and as well as different media, not always framed art, show their work
Hmm.
in different cities. We also get people who are aware of art forms who are interested in having their work shown here. So it's not so much us going out to find people. They tend to inquire about having their work shown here. And so it happens, I would say, mostly both of those ways, being on the outside to reach out to artists who appear at trade shows, as well as artists who come to find out about us, who inquire if their work would be appropriate to be seen here.
So I would venture a guess that May Pang is one of the most famous people that you've had.
Far and away, far and
Okay,
away.
okay. Because she lives in New York City, right?
That's true, yes, in Queens.
So that must have been quite the hike for her to come up here.
Actually, yeah, but I think that's part of what she's doing now. She's traveling the country, showing the work that you saw, as did probably close to 800 other people here a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, that's part of what she's doing. But when people are touring, whether they're in bands or in her case promoting a documentary that she produced 2 years ago, it requires being on the road to meet the public and promote it. And we were fortunate enough to be one of the stops on her tour.
So they contacted you, or did you contact them?
Well, it was kind of serendipitous. My business partner was on vacation in Florida actually, and saw that that same show was being held, and she inquired. Actually attended the show, and to make a long story short, May's business manager did a little inquiry and found out a little bit more about art forms, and offered us the opportunity to have the show.
Hmm. So,
Serendipity.
so were they impressed with the tri-state area? Tri-city area, I'm sorry.
You'd have to ask them.
Oh,
I can't say I think they were impressed by the turnout, the enthusiasm, the press that we were able to garner, the sales that we generated, and the good vibes all around. As to how
well,
they felt about the Tri-City area, I couldn't say.
well, when I opened up the Times Union and I saw that May Pang was going to be at your gallery, I thought, oh my God, that's great. I'm going to go. And then when I went and I walked in, there were so many boomers, few people I know, which was kind of nice.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
did you have a chance to talk to May Pang at all?
Oh, certainly. Yeah, we
Okay.
did spend 2.5 days and dinners together, and yeah, we had we developed a relationship. It was very nice. She's very sweet.
So do you think she'll come back?
I think if the opportunity were presented, it's possible, but sometimes one of those events it's an exclusive opportunity. And I don't know how many people would come again, or if she would want to do it here again. So remains to be seen. I
Mhm,
don't think she was at all displeased with how things turned out.
mhm,
Her schedule is pretty tight right now, and they're pretty booked with a number of shows to come.
mhm.
So we're closing no doors.
I see. So what type of art have you had or do you plan to exhibit in the future?
Well, unfortunately, when you were here, you didn't get to see anything other than the photographs that May had taken. But
Right.
were you to come back at a different time, you would see examples of things that are etched stainless steel. You would see things that are mixed media. You would see things that are oils on canvas or acrylic. We really run the gamut here.
Mm.
So, as well as I said earlier, blown glass, jewelry, um, a lot of handmade crafts and tabletop kind of items. So, um, we don't try to be exclusive to one thing or another. We really try to show work that we think is reflective of fine quality. Some of the artists we show are regional, and a large majority are from all over the country.
Mm. So it all depends on the particular perspective of the owner of the gallery, right?
I would say so, yeah. Um, yes.
Okay, so if somebody wanted to visit, how would they get to your place?
Well, we're accessible by car,
Well, of course.
um, and they would simply want perhaps to call, ask for an appointment, though that's not essential.
Mhm,
Um, and we are at the intersection of 155 and Western Avenue, as I said earlier, in Guilderland, in what's referred to as Star Plaza.
mhm.
We're open from Tuesdays through Fridays from 11 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon, and Saturdays from 10 in the morning until 1. So we are here and we welcome the public, and we'd love to see people.
So what's coming up?
At the moment, we're just kind of getting ready to move into the fall season. There's nothing particular on the calendar. As I mentioned earlier, we do work with a number of interior designers, and so we're constantly servicing the commercial and residential community, both in the selection and installation of artwork. So there are a few projects on the boards right now, and that keeps us pretty busy as well.
So in the state of New York, of course, New York City is probably an entity unto its own. But how many art galleries would you say are in New York?
I really couldn't tell you. Um,
Okay.
the state is a pretty big place.
Mm-hmm.
As I said before, New York, probably the city, has the greatest concentration, I would say. But there are galleries and museums from Buffalo to Albany to New York City, and ones that support the museums. And right here in Albany with the Albany Institute, a great institution. So perhaps hundreds, but I couldn't really say.
So do you partner with the Albany Institute of Art and History?
At times, I think, and I'd like to think that we are referred to by the Institute for certain things that we do, and we have a good relationship with them.
So, in the closing moments, give us your perspective on why an art gallery is important and why art is important.
Well, art is important, I think, because it helps to expand people's vision. It's a relief from the day-to-day stresses of life, as we all experience. Um, it's historic. It's forward thinking. It's been in civilization from the time that, civilization began. And I think it can be joyous. It could be intellectually interesting. It can change a mood and a psyche. And, there's nothing like it. It's like fine music, fine art, fine food. Um, why we have these things to make our lives better.
That's great. So give your contact information.
Okay. Again, Art Forms is by phone at 464-3355 with an area code of 518. We are located at the intersection of Route 155 and Western Avenue and Star Plaza, which is at 2050 Western Avenue in Guilderland. And we are open to the public from Tuesdays through Fridays from 11 to 4, Saturdays from 10 until 1. And we also do take appointments if people wish to call to set one up.
Now, when you had Maypang, you extended your hours quite a bit.
Yes, we did. We tried to make the show itself from 3 in the afternoon until 8 p.m.
Mhm.
to allow people who would be coming home from work or on their way to dinner to attend the show.
So, Gary, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank
And
you.
now, if I wanted to know what's up and coming in your gallery, is it shown in the newspaper? How would
When we
somebody?
have, if we were to have a particular exhibit or something that was special, um, then yes, we would reach out to the press and contact their art calendar department, which we have done in the past. We were very fortunate with May's show to have great press coverage from television to the local media. So that was great. And so yes. Also, if people want to look us up on the web, we do have a website, and they can check into that at artforumsgalleryalbany.com.
Thank you so much, Gary. And
Appreciate it. Thank you.
thank you everybody for listening. Have a great day.
You too. Thanks a lot, Cynthia.